Hey, it's Mari, and I have a art journal process here for you today. Now, I just sketched out roughly in my Moleskine kind of an idea of what I wanted to do for this journal today, and I'm working in my Dilutions journal. I'm just going to work on the right side of my journal, and I'm going to prep my surface with a little bit of opaque gesso. I'm going to use this Prima silicone brush here just to spread that out and get a fairly even coat of the gesso on there. I think I miss a few areas here and there, but there really was only one main area where I end up using my mixed media. So that's fine. And this is going to be enough gesso for priming the surface for what I want to do. I'm going to be using the Olympics as the inspiration for today's layout. And you'll see that I'm going to start out by drawing out a very rough sketch of the continent of South America. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be coloring in that area. Now you'll just see me here saying sorry to South America because of my terrible drawing of the continent. But anyways, that's how it worked out. So I've sprayed the area of the continent there with some water. And now what I did was I just took my magenta nuance powders, and I'm going to just sprinkle those on there in a few different colors to create the color on the landmass there. And if you've never used this kind of product before, and I mean, there's a few different brands of these powders out there. They're so much fun to use, and they're super easy, and they do create kind of a watercolor effect. And so what I did here was I just took some green, some yellow, some red, and some orange, and you can just see me tapping them on, like I said, in that area that I drew out of the land. So I'm going to just dab them on there, get the water on there, and then you'll see me just dabbing up some of the excess water as it starts to move on the paper. So I didn't want it to be too saturated, for one thing, and I didn't want it to run too much onto the paper. So what you can do is you can just dab up some of that excess liquid and create whatever kind of look that you want. So you can see that in the lower portion of South America there, I have quite a lot of extra color on there, and it doesn't all activate with the water, and that's fine. It just will sit on the paper, and it will never reactivate. It won't move. It won't do anything on the paper there unless moisture is added to it. So it's just fine. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Dilutions paints. I'm going to rub them onto the lids of those jars, and I'm going to create the Olympic rings at the top of my layout. And I just liked the way that looked. I thought it was just kind of cool, and it's a really simple way, once again, to add the theme or the main idea of the Olympics onto the layout. So you'll just see me taking a bunch of the different Dilutions paints and using that same technique with the lids to create those Olympic rings across the top. So what I'm going to do with this layout is I'm going to be journaling about Canada in the Olympics. And Canada doesn't always do fabulous necessarily as far as medal count goes in Summer Olympics, because we tend to excel more in the Winter Olympics. Our country's in the Northern Hemisphere. We have most of our time here is winter time, and we do better, I guess, as far as medal count goes in the Winter Olympics. But I love watching all of the Olympics, and I think that the Canadians are just such classy athletes to watch. They are just, they're great ambassadors. They make us all so proud, and I just love watching the Olympics, and I get pretty excited during watching the different races and stuff. So I just really love it, and I thought this was a good time to journal about that. So what I did was I took my Tim Holtz alphabet stamps and I created Rio at the bottom with some black ink. And now I'm just taking a little stamp of the earth, and I'm going to put that down in green, and then I'm going to take some yellow alphas and put 2016 on there, and just trying to continue with the yellow and green colors, which are the colors of Brazil. And then I'm going to I went through my stash, just tried to find a variety of odds and ends that I thought might work. And I put them into a little tray on my desk, and you'll see me just kind of move some of those around until I'm satisfied with just some very, very simple embellishments here. So I end up using some gold sequins and a little acetate piece there that says beautiful on it in gold. And just to remember and think about how beautiful Brazil is. What a beautiful host country, and Rio is just, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous city. So that is what this is about. And the journaling, like I said, is about just cheering on the Canadian athletes and wishing them all the best and so on in their endeavors as they, compete in all of the different sports that they're competing in. So all that's left here is the journaling, and you'll see that I add that here in a bit, and that'll be it for my art journal process today. So this is really simple, and I hope that this inspired you maybe to try art journaling if you've never tried it before, or to try some of the powders, the powder colors. They are a lot of fun to use, and they're so easy to use. So there's the journaling, and the layout is finished. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you another time. Bye-bye.